You are welcome to the Premier Top 4 podcast. Tonight, we are focusing on the Man City versus Chelsea match. We are doing a review of it. And tonight, we are here as Chelsea fans. I am Chris and I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'll let my pundit introduce himself. What's your name and let the
I'm
fans
I'm
know who you are?
I'm Emmy, and I'm a diehard Chelsea fan. But tonight I'm really upset. I don't know. I'm terribly. I'm really upset. I'm not happy.
Yes.
I'm
So
not happy.
tonight, we are here to tell some truth. Tonight, we are here to tell some truth. That's why we are here
Yeah,
tonight. This
yeah,
podcast is just about letting the management from the board down to the players know
yeah,
some truth. So first of all, let's start from the beginning of the match. Chelsea were very lucky because the when I saw the lineup, frankly, when I saw the lineup,
yeah,
I was like, what is Pep doing? Because that young boy can really struggle. Because this is a high profile
yeah,
match, there's a lot of pressure, and a 20-year-old centre back, what
yeah.
was he doing there? And then, lo and behold, we got our first goal. Can we take the fans through how the first goal happened for Chelsea?
Well, the thing is, when I think it's probably from the defense, and I don't know what the Man City defense was doing, and somehow I think was gifted to us, from the new signing from Manchester City, and that's is what's his name again? I'll try to get his name. It's from Kazakhstan, or where is it from? I think it's
Yes,
from
the
Kazakhstan,
first
and
Kazakhstan
I think
player
I
that's playing for the
yeah,
Premier League. Yeah,
yes, and I think Kusanov. Thank you. That's Kusanov. I think he was overwhelmed, and for some reason he just I think he the emotions got the better of him, so he gifted us. He gifted us, and literally, and you see that's what happened. When Maduke was there, he had to like. Though Nicholas Jackson tried as well, but Maduke was superb there. So I had to use this chance. Yeah, so I think that was a
no,
good gift, and that's what we need. That's what we need. Sometimes football we do need a bit of luck, but you can see in the end it wasn't.
okay,
It's not always the beginning that
okay. So,
matters.
but right after the goal, there's something that happened that I've seen it this season over and over again. It looks like once we score, for some reason, we relax. It's like we don't go on to score again and again. Like, because I remember for the first part of the season, that's what we're doing. If
Yeah.
we score you one, we are coming for the second, the third, the fourth. But that's not it. I don't know what's happening. Can you explain
So
that?
so I'll go like this. The thing is, as a team, if you score your first goal, what you want to do, you need an insurance goal. You need to score another goal. So that gives you a bit of insurance. That gives you just that in case the opposing team intends to come back again, by the time they score one, maybe halftime would have been done. You understand? So you always need, I think they all know this, you always need an insurance goal. But with Chelsea, looking at the way Manchester City is going, if you look the way they've been this season, they've been really bad. They've been like they lost in 9 games, they couldn't win one. You understand? But now they've picked up their form supposedly. But if you're playing a team and you win, you winning, you're ahead by one goal. Yeah. So what happens is that it depends on the way that team plays. You understand? So if they're not playing really well, that gives you a bit of confidence. I think that's what happened to Chelsea in most of the games we started this season, but especially with Manchester City, you can tell that Manchester City, they are faltering. They are not really confident, especially coming from the Champions League this week, where they were leading 2-0 ahead, and all of a sudden, boom, they lost that game. So I think because we scored and we thought, oh yeah, we're in control. And if you look at it, apart from the goal we are gifted, you can see that we were really in control of that game, despite the fact that we are playing at the Etihad. So um, the thing is, I think there has to be someone that a psychologist in that team that should be part of the management team to say, look, I believe they do have that should tell them that look, once you score, you need to put more. You should know this as a player. You should know this as a team that We scored the first goal. It's not secured because anything can happen. So I think with Chelsea, we need, and they're young, but they need to understand they are professionals. They're being paid. They need to understand that. Look, we always need an insurance goal, no matter what team you're playing. If you're playing an underdog, you still need an insurance goal. So overall, I think
Okay.
like today's game, the way it has gone, I think it's got to do with the fact that Manchester City pardon me, Manchester City did not start very well. You understand, despite the fact that they're playing at home, but Chelsea started really strongly, so they kind of just let it go, and I think it's our fault.
Yeah.
It's our fault. We gave it to them. That's all.
Okay. So since we are all Chelsea fans, we'll be focusing more on the Chelsea side of things.
Yeah.
So I've seen a theme this season that every big match, every high profile match, it looks like our coach is not confident enough to go all out for the win. You could see that every high profile match that we have, we played safe, kind of.
Wo-
But you know the kind of goalkeeper that you have, you know the kind of defense that you have.
Yes.
So why are you trying to play safe? This team is not built to play safe. That's what I see. So I don't know why. That's why we've actually
So
not won any big match this season.
we haven't, and that makes the difference between a title winning team and a second best. You understand? I think we've not won any big matches, but if you look at those matches, the way we those games ended, you can see that Chelsea is up to the task. You understand? But unfortunately, would I say it's is the manager's lack of experience? Maybe, maybe not, because he was assistant to Guardiola. You understand? So he's played big games. He's seen the game. He knows the game. So, but I think what Chelsea should do is like go head to head. If you look, all those games we played, we had more better ball possessions. All the top teams we played this season, we had more better ball possession, and I think we need a leader in that team. We need a leader. Even before you ask the next question, we need a keeper. Sanchez, it's a no. I think it's about time we look elsewhere. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm not confident of him. I'm not confident of him at all. Sorry.
Look, look, as you've mentioned his name, I'm going to dedicate the next 5 minutes for him alone. Look, this guy, look, the blame for Sanchez, it starts from the board, in my opinion. It starts from the board. Why? Why did they bring Sanchez in the first place? This was on pure nepotism. Why am I saying that? We had Hilario as our goalkeeping coach, who was from Brighton.
Yes.
And then he
Yes.
came in, and all of a sudden, a goalkeeper that Brighton, which is a lower tier team than Chelsea, has rejected, was bought and brought into Chelsea. And then all of a sudden, he became our number one goalkeeper under our previous coach. And then in the middle of the season, the coach dropped him. And surprise,
Yeah.
surprise, what happened? Chelsea started winning. And then we crawl back to get to the fifth position that we had last season. And then for some reason, the goalkeeper, the number one goalkeeper of Chelsea, was sent to Strasbourg for some reason. And then now we are left with only Sanchez
Well,
for the
it
new
wasn't
coach
number.
to work with.
If you look, it wasn't. Sanchez has been number one. It's just that the our other goalkeeper that was saying he is really good. I really like him. He's from Czech Republic, isn't he? He's from Czech
But
Republic.
he was displaced as the number one goalkeeper. He was displaced.
Yes, yeah,
He
because
was.
I
He
think it
became the
goes.
second best in the team.
I think it goes beyond. Okay, look. Let me give you an example. Look at what happened to
Look,
this
so
young defender.
mhm.
Look at what happened to him in the first half. He gave in a goal and Chelsea scored. And everyone thinks that in the second half, Guardiola is going to substitute him. You understand? He didn't. That was really good. That was very professional.
But he
It,
still
you
did. He
understand?
still succeeded him in the end.
Yeah,
He
but
took
he
him
didn't
out.
want. Yeah, but at the last, like the second quarter of
No, about 59
45 minutes.
minutes, but he still took him out.
Yeah,
He did the right thing for the team. That is how big teams work. He
yes,
did
but
the right thing for the team.
yeah. So in order not to digress, the thing is with Sanchez, he is our number one, and if he's as a number one, if you get injured, you have to work your way back. But everyone still knows you are number one, whether you're good or not. So, but if you say from the board, yeah, that's true. They have a hand in this as well. But I
That is
would
where it's
say,
coming from. Because
yeah,
Maresca, in my opinion, Maresca came in and he was told that their number one goalkeeper is Sanchez. And then the one who supposedly became number one in the middle of the last season was taken to another team. It was a board decision. And then he's
yeah,
left with a new keeper from Valencia or whatever it is that he doesn't know. He cannot all of a sudden decide that he wants that second one
I'm
that has
put,
come in.
yeah, yeah.
No.
I Do you know
Yes, he
I'm really
cannot take that risk. He
I'm a
cannot.
Chelsea fan, but like I said, I'm not confident of Sanchez. Look at the goal Haaland score. Just look. Sanchez positioning, you know. Now as a keeper, when you come in, like you see your area, you have your libero man, which is the last man standing, going head to head with a striker, the opposite striker. What Sanchez? He looked at it. Look, you calculate. You have to be preemptive. Think ahead. But he didn't. He wasn't sure. If you look at that goal, he couldn't make a decision. And that's the difference between a professional, a first class keeper, and a second class keeper. He couldn't make a decision. You understand? He could have covered his area, but he went to the forward and he wasn't sure what he was doing. You understand? That inconsistency, that lack of final making a final decision and making up your mind. I know it's easier said than done. You understand? You were coming and you
Of
can't come
course.
out of the box, but you look that you have your defender there trying to block this guy, obstruct him. So why don't you just go and you spread your hand wide, you move backward. But if you look at the way he did, you could tell that this guy has lost it. I think we should get rid of him. I'm tired of him. They should just get rid of him. That's all I can say.
Look, that's what I'm saying that last season, if you can rewind last season
Yeah.
till this point of the season, every Chelsea fan was fed up with him. And there was a reason why he was dropped. So if Chelsea is a serious institution, we wouldn't have actually made him the number one this season because we know what he was going to do. Every Brighton fan knows what he's going to do. This is not something new from him. And I'm not even going to blame him. That's why I'm saying that because we know what he's going to do. It's not as if this is a new development from Sanchez where nobody will understand where this is
We
coming
do
from.
not,
Maybe it could
yeah,
be
yeah,
a
that's
situation
true.
at home. Or this
That's
is
true.
Sanchez. We
That,
know Sanchez. That
yeah,
his
that
problem is not talent. He's one of the best goalkeepers. The best. He can give you the best save. He's actually leading the saves, a save percentage in the league. Yes, he has, but there's something wrong with decision making for him. He can decide to gift a goal at any point in time, and you can't
it's
predict it.
happened.
That is
It
Sanchez,
happened
and
last
it's not as if
season. It happened
his
seasons and
mistakes.
seasons before that. You understand? It happened
It
seasons and
happened at
seasons before that.
Brighton, and he was
Yes.
dropped.
Do you remember Peter Cech when
It
Peter
had
Cech
happened
was
at Brighton,
keeper?
and he was dropped.
Do you remember Peter Cech when
Oh,
Peter Cech was brilliant?
oh,
You
boy.
could you could like the defenders might not be doing great, but you're very confident of your keeper. You understand? But with Sanchez, I can tell you right now, my confidence in him is dropped because he doesn't have. He's not decisive, and you have to be decisive. Sometimes it's either you come guide your area, Mamak. You can Mamak because that's what he was trying to do. But you have a liberal man, a last man standing for your team. Why don't you just think, okay, I can see what's happening here. Think about it, think ahead, and then make a decision. In fact, but he couldn't make a decision. Should I go forward? Should I take a step backward? Should I run to cover my angle? No. So I think it's about time. I'm really gutted, man. I'm gutted. I'm gutted. I'm gutted. I'm
Yeah.
gutted.
So let's stay on the board. Let's stay on the board. Let's stay on the board. So the board decided to get rid of Pochettino, which
Yeah.
for me at that time I was surprised because the team was finally picking up. But then the reason why I understood the decision was whatever Pochettino was saying was like opposite of what the board wanted to do. You could see that his idea of how to take the team forward, like for instance, dropping Sanchez, which the team wanted him to be the number one goalkeeper, and he went for
Yeah.
the second goalkeeper that was brought in for him to be a backup because he was from a league that nobody knew about. There was a keeper that they didn't even spend much on, so they didn't have any expectation for. And he decided to go against the board, go with the second keeper. He made so many decisions that you could see that his ideas of how he wants the team to move forward was different from the board. So whatever happens this season is totally on the board. Why? You've gone for an inexperienced. coach. This coach is very tactically astute. Everybody knows that tactically he is very good. He has proven this season that he knows what he's doing. But the experience is something that you cannot buy. It takes time. That is why coaches like him will go to Leicester, take time, build a reputation in smaller clubs, then finally make the next step to Chelsea. So once you have decided to go with a Maresca,
Yeah.
that decision, it's not as if he's a bad coach, but then in big games like this, his inexperience will show. This season, every big
I
game that we
am
have had, even
so
Tottenham, we nearly threw away Tottenham. We nearly threw away Tottenham. So that
I
I've
I
never been like this on the board
I
before. But I feel like it's
I
time
mean,
we talk about the board.
well, the thing is, he's just the manager. There's nothing he can do more than. Sometimes you can't make that decisions. It's not like some past boss in the past, like Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger. You understand? They make their decision. They're respected. They've won trophies all over, so they have a stand. They have a say. Even Guardiola as well. Even no matter how big Manchester City is, Pep make his decisions. I am the one in charge. I have to do it. And they give him that. They give him that free hand. But with Chelsea, you know how Chelsea has been run. No one has to control. That's why we've lost managers over and over again, like in the past years. You understand? I think yeah, the board has a role to play, and with the manager, in as much as I want to agree with you, I would also want to say actually he's done it for Leicester. Actually, he's been under Pep, so he's won big games. He's won the league. You understand? So he was an assistant, so he knows what he's doing. But but I think he still needs a little talking to so that he knows that look, these are games you need to win. If you want to be a league winner,
So
if you're a cup winner,
so
you've
should
got
I
to
should I bring your mind to something?
yeah,
Should I bring your mind to something? Do you know that we are the only team that lost to Ipswich? Do you remember Ipswich? That loss that we
yeah,
lost to
yeah.
Ipswich. Do you know why we lost to them?
Well,
It is because in the championship, let me remind you, people, for some reason I was watching a lot of championship last season. I don't know why I was doing it, but then
well, I watch
maybe
it.
it's
I watch
because I had
championship.
no option than
I have
to.
leads.
So
I have some good teams in
yeah,
championship.
yeah, yep. So you could see that the coach of Ipswich knew how to win against Maresca, and it showed clearly. It showed, and you could see that the first half of the championship, Maresca dominated the league. You could see the guy was. It was clear that he was winning the championship. But the
Yes.
second half of the championship, what happened? He nearly bottled it. So this is not something new for Maresca. From the few opportunities that we've had to see in his management, it is not something new for him. You could see that when he starts his thing, it's like all the other coaches are overwhelmed with his tactics and all that. But once they figure him out, he's not able to come with anything new. Because you and I, as we are sitting here, we are not football experts, but we know what Chelsea is going to do. We know the tactics, we know the approach, we know the tweaks, even the changes that he's going to make. We know. All of us here, we know. So that's what I'm saying that when it comes to the pressure, that one it takes time. You can't. There's no way to handle this pressure. Like our whole team, we are like under 23. The entire team, the average age is like 23 years. So clearly, these are players that they don't have experience to handle these situations. And every season, until we change the policy that we have, that we are not buying experienced players, is going to happen.
Well,
That's what I'm trying to say. That
to be
it is an
fair,
entire thing from the top down.
of course, but to be fair on these boys, they're young. But if you look the way they play, they're very confident. I mean, I don't see them being scared of anything. They're very confident. That's one thing I can assure you. I know they still need that experience, but they're not scared. They go head to head. You understand? With regards to Enzo Maresca, the thing is, like you gave the case of Ipswich winning us. I remember that game very well, and it looks as if it was two championship side playing. I think what our manager needs is he needs people with experience to be in the management as well in the team. You understand the coaching staff. You understand so that they can also psych him. They can actually tell him this, and this because no man is an island. He's a brilliant manager. I love right now. Trust me. In as much as I hate to see our former coach go. I really like Maresca tactics. I like the fact that Chelsea is playing with confidence. Like these young boys are playing. You understand? So I do agree with you. We do need he needs that edge, and I think he's the right man for the job. But we miss that missing link. And I don't know if you're going to ask this question. We're not talking about Nicholas Jackson now. We're not talking about him.
Ah,
We need a striker. We need
yeah, do you know that?
we need a striker.
Okay, so okay, another example, Nicholas Jackson. Okay, do you know that the Jackson situation and the Sanchez situation is no different? Why am I saying that? The board had the chance to sign Osimhen. They had the chance to sign him. And if you listen to Mikel Obi, it was clear that we were the only team that Napoli was willing to sell to. We had the chance to sell,
To sell to.
to buy him, to help
Because
Nicolas
we
Jackson
had the
out.
money, isn't
But what
it?
did we do? We bottled it. The board bottled it. They bottled it. They wasted the time trying to get bonuses and trying to reduce the price and so many negotiations, and they bottled it in the end. And that is why we are in the situation that we are in now. But people keep blaming Jackson, but he is the only striker we have. So if for instance, okay, he's a human being. What if something is happening at home? Excuse me to say, like his wife is sick or something, like his children are going through, or he himself is going through something where emotionally or psychologically he's not being able to perform.
Yeah.
Any top team will be able to get a backup that can help in that short period.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, we could be here and then the next week we will hear from the journalists, oh, it's because this is happening in his life, that is why he's not firing this. And then
Yeah.
now everyone will be like,
Personal,
oh,
personal,
we should have been
personal
kind to him.
issues.
But now, yes. And then now we will go back.
Oh,
But the thing is that we know Jackson. That season proved the kind of player he is. We know the output that we know that the most we are going to get from him is 15 goals. So you go for someone else that can give you guarantee you 20 goals to help because we are Chelsea.
so can I
That's
can
what I'm trying to say.
sorry to interject. Do you remember we had Timo Werner as well? You understand? Timo Werner. Yes. Now, I like Timo Werner. Jackson plays like Timo Werner. You know, Jackson is not a natural striker. He never started as a natural striker. So the thing is, with Jackson, I love to see Jackson in our team. I love him. You understand? Because he's a kind of striker that will scare any opponent in the sense that he's really quick, he's really fast, but sometimes he runs faster than the ball. But I like him. But he is not precise. You understand? And sometimes I don't know. The people keep talking about he might be the next DDA. We know that it's not going to be the next DDA. For you to be the next DDA, you need to be
He's not.
banging those goals. You understand? You need to be banging those goals. And we still need Jackson in the team, but we need, like you said, we need a very, very a top class striker. With the case of Victor Osimhen, we know that. So it's all the politics around football that when it comes to the market, when the market opens and things like that, people are negotiating. And also some people, like with Napoli, Osimhen was the best striker in Europe, in the world as at last season, the season before. But sometimes what these people do is that, like Erling Haaland, Guardiola did not buy him when he was like top notch in Dortmund. You get what I'm saying? What they do, they want to see so that the price can drop. They give him one more season, then the value will drop a bit. It's business strategy, so they do this. Because I think Chelsea also had the issue of FFP. You understand the financial fair play, and we're still coming up, and we are not in the Champions League. And then you want to sign a striker for that amount, and it's not playing Champions League. You understand? So I think it's all the politics around football. So, but now Victor Osimhen is now in Turkey, so maybe this is the time we'll now be thinking, oh, we've got to bring him now. We've got to bring him. We've got to bring him because
Okay,
he's
so
banging
now
goals in
I'm
Turkey.
asking you, have you even heard any link with Osimhen in this January? No. Nobody's talking about that. I've not even heard anything from anyone. It looks
Well,
like they are not even going for him. They are
well,
not.
I'm just trying to
Have
think
you heard
who's
anything? Nothing.
I'm trying to think. It's not just Victor Osimhen right now. I think um
It's
there's a
Sesko.
guy. No, not him. This guy in we already Manchester already has the striker. But there's a guy in
Is it Gyökeres? Gyökeres in
yes, Gyökeres
Sporting.
in Portugal.
Look,
Yes.
look. If
So
if
we have him.
Chelsea
He's still there.
actually goes for Gyökeres,
Yeah.
look, if Chelsea actually goes for Gyökeres, then which means our board does not even know what they are doing because
Why'd you say
he's a
that?
similar profile. Yeah, he's a similar profile to Jackson. He's not
But
those tall. Like we need someone like a tall striker that
a,
is
a
imposing on the
commanding
defenders. Like
presence, a
that will bring
commanding
some.
presence.
Yes, yes, someone new, something new. Whenever we are struggling or something, if that person could not even be the best striker, but then if he brings something new, which means then there's a different profile that the coach can rely on if we are struggling. How can a
Actu-
whole Chelsea have just one striker? A whole Chelsea have just one main striker because Gil is just a young boy, and then Nkunku is not a
Why
striker.
is he not using
So we just
Nkuku?
have
No, no.
one.
Why is it? No, no. Why is he not even using Nkuku? I think they're going to switch him to with
Nkunku is not a
Ganacho.
center forward. That is the point.
Yeah. So Nkuku is
Nkunku is not a
skillful,
center forward,
yet, but
but he's not a center forward.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Did you not
not.
remember? Did you not remember
Today,
when?
today, okay, let me give you an example. Today, he was brought
Yeah,
in early because we've been blaming the coach. But what did he do? He nothing. Why? He's not a center forward.
yeah,
This is something that
but
even when he
we
was at Germany,
we brought
when he
him
was at
when we were
Germany,
losing. We
uh,
brought him when we were losing already. You understand? So
yes, because he cannot be. The coach does not even have the balls to to bench Palmer when he's not doing well. He cannot dare. He's like no matter what Palmer does, he's playing 90
we
minutes,
we
and
need
he's young.
we need
Remember
Palmer.
that if you don't let him
We need
know that
Palmer.
he can be
We need
benched,
Palmer
yes, I know we need Palmer, but for the last like 4 or 5 games, he's not giving us 100%. He
because
has
if you
not,
see, he's
and
not
you and I
playing
know
from
that.
he's not playing from the flanks. Usually, when plays from the flank, he goes in, cuts in, and plays like eight. He plays an eight.
The fact is,
You understand?
this
So
season This season, he has not played on the flank. Not at all, not even once. He has always been in the number 10 position anyway. But
so do you
then,
know?
if
So do
Palmer
you
is
know?
not performing, you have
Yeah.
other players. If you're a coach, an experienced coach, who will not bench Palmer not because he knows that the next person coming in is the best. No,
Even they could
he
have
will
put
let him
Pedro
know that if
Neto.
he doesn't perform, he's going to be benched.
They could have put Pedro Neto as well. I'm thinking that okay, Madueke is always. I love Madueke. He's on the right. Why don't you put Nkuku on the left? You make these two threats. You understand? Because if you look at it, Manchester City right now, they lack confidence. We know they've won today. We give it to them, but Chelsea gave it to them. You understand? If you look at that game, we gave it to
And that
them.
is what we do.
You understand? Because the truth is,
That is what
Manchester City.
Chelsea
I
does.
can
Have you
I can
forgotten?
guarantee you next week they're going to play Arsenal and they're going to draw that game. Push come to shove, they'll lose that game. You understand? Because
So let me show
Arsenal,
you something.
yeah,
People forgetting the trend of Chelsea. When teams are struggling and they need a way out, Chelsea is the one always that bails them out. For
yeah,
some
that's
reason, if you are struggling and you want to come out of the struggle,
just beat
come to
Chelsea.
Chelsea. We will hand you a 3 points for you to. It's like having look. Even when Manchester was losing left, right, center, we got there and we drew a match
You
that we should have won. We drew.
no no.
We made them
If you
look so good. When
all
when
the
when Arsenal was struggling, remember when Arsenal was struggling, losing
yeah,
left, right, center, drawing, and not getting the wins? What did they do? They came to our grounds and they almost won.
but it was two
We
two,
drew that
wasn't
match as
it?
well, a
So
match we should
yeah,
have won.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
and last minute they nearly scored on last minute goal to win that match. They
I
nearly won,
think I think
and
our mentality.
it's a pattern that keeps going on. Yes, so that mentality comes from who? The coach as well, because the coach is not confident enough to say that we are Chelsea. Hey, I'm telling you guys, we are going to win this big match. If you realize, watch every pre-match discussion from the coach when we
Yeah,
have a big match.
yeah.
You could see that the confidence is not there. He will be like, it doesn't matter how bad, maybe if the team is in a bad form, it doesn't matter. They are still a big team. They can. But I remember I've seen coaches like
Yeah,
Mourinho that will tell you that we are winning this match. I've seen even Arteta, who is not even a good coach, that
but
will tell you that
you're
we are in the
forgetting
title race and
something.
we are going to
You're
win and all that.
forgetting you're forgetting something. They've rehearsed, they've done their training, they've practiced, so it doesn't matter what you come on TV and say. And sometimes as a manager you can't just give away. Come on, let's be realistic. You also have to respect your opponent.
Okay,
You're not going to say,
I
oh
understand
yeah,
what
we're
I'm
going to
saying.
win. Remember, those people are there to win. Your opponent is there to win as well. So if you're saying, oh, you think you're going to, I'm pretty sure we're going to, I'm pretty sure we'll take the day. But there's a way you put it to respect your opponent. You're not going to say, oh yeah, we're going to win. No, no. You cited the case of
Of
Mourinho.
course, of
Have
course.
you seen him
But
lose? Even when
yes,
he's made mouth and said, "Oh, I think we'll win the game. I think we'll win the game." I think he's not saying. I mean, he says, "Oh, definitely we'll win the game." Then when we lose that game, He start giving excuse, start
Yes,
blaming
now,
players.
no, yeah. So what he does is that what Mourinho does, because he has the experience and all that, he puts the pressure on himself, not the players. That's what he does. So because now if he loses, the whole media will not be talking about the players. They are talking about the coach. Because he was saying that he was going to win and da 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 da. Yes, that's how you do it. Ateta did the same thing. What did Ateta do? He said they are in the title race. Even at the time they were third, and he still said they're in the title race, and Chelsea
Well,
were
I do.
second.
Yes, okay.
I'm just
On
giving you an example. I'm not saying
from
that
that
we were
point,
supposed to say we're in a title race.
from
You
that
see,
point you said,
they were third.
from that point you said, yes, I agree with you. You couldn't have just said, "Oh, I don't think we are in it." But saying that,
But we are Chelsea. Say something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, but
But
you
we are
can't just,
Chelsea. If
"Oh,
an
we are in
opportunity
it."
come, we would
I think it was more about taking
like
each
you
game
got what
as
I'm
it
trying to say.
comes.
So
Yeah, but that is
so
hard.
at the
It's
end of
hard.
the day, it's still yes, yes. So it goes down to the coach having confidence in himself. Have like I'm not saying I don't like him. Everyone that watches this podcast knows that I love the guy. I love him. But I'm
Ah,
just
yeah,
trying
I
to
like it.
explain
I
the
like
thing
him
that
very. Yeah,
yes, experience is something that you can't buy. That
that's
is the
true.
thing. You
That's
can't.
true.
It takes
That's
time.
true. That's
So
true.
from next season, he's going to learn from all the mistakes that he himself is making. That all the big matches, he goes into it trying to be safe, trying to make sure he comes out with a draw. It's like every big match, we are playing so safe. That's not our usual way of playing. You look at how we press today. We are not even pressing as hard as we press in other matches. We are allowing them to
We
play from the
we
back and all that.
I
Look,
still tell you,
the thing
that
is
we're
that
better than Manchester
mhm,
City. But we gave them, and then before you know, I can guarantee you,
yes,
Manchester City will still lose like three more games this season. Three more games this season. They are not playing well. They are not playing well. Look at, they are not confident at the back. They are not. We gave it to them, and I'm really mad. It's disgusting that we've done this way. It's disgusting that these boys know they are professionals. They've got to do this. They've got to do it rightly. If you're winning with first goal, if you're leading first goal, 2 minutes in the end, in the beginning of the game, why not banging goal? Boom, boom, boom. Half time, 3-0, it's done. You understand? By the time they get one, score one goal, it's 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Before you know, we win the game. You understand? But they should have put more effort, like concentrated more and just work on it because they've scored in 2 minutes, we got a goal. Why not? And we're playing well. So that's the problem. So we need to understand that as
do you
perfect.
remember? Do you remember the famous? Do you remember the famous video of Mourinho when he was at Chelsea, where he was saying that I don't want to put pressure on you guys, but then I said I don't want to put pressure on you guys that you have to win, but I'm telling you, you have to win this match. Do you remember that video?
I
There was
can't.
a popular video that he was. It was yes, there was a video that they needed a win, and then he was saying that I don't want to put pressure on you guys, but you have to win the match. That's the kind of coach that you push you to the next level because that's what we needed. Being in this position, we've done it last season. Being up and down, we've done it last season. We needed a next step. But for some reason, the coach has come out to tell us that the board, that's why I always go back to the board. The board told him that the top four is for next season. This season's target is not top four. So
Yeah,
top four is for
but I,
next season.
but
And
we are
then
still
the next
we're
two
still getting
seasons is
top four.
when no,
We're still
no,
getting
I'm
top
just trying to
four.
tell you the kind of board we have. How can you,
But
a board, tell a coach that you were fifth last season, but for some reason this season you don't want to be fourth? What kind of progress is that? Like, does it even make
well,
sense?
did he come out to say that though? Did he come out to say that?
Yes, he said that. That's yes, yes, pretty much. Yeah, he said it before the match. That the board told him that this season is not about top four. It's about next season's top four. The next 2 seasons, that's when Chelsea goes for the league. How can
Well,
you tell a coach that? Which
I
is
think
not right.
I think
It's
it's
not.
more. I think yeah. I think it's more about having a team. You understand? Because we've this thing is a process. You know, the last 2 seasons we've been really bad because we've had a problem. You understand? You understand? But I think what happened the season before and last season, and before you know the last 7 games, Chelsea begin to pick up. You understand? So I think now we bought in a lot of players. If you look, the beginning of this season, everyone's saying, "What are they doing? They're buying young players. They're spending money." But if you look at it, we have standard teams that we have in every role. In every role, we have 2 players, and they are very good. but they need to blend together. So I think what we're trying to do now, we're trying to build a team. And to be honest, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. So long we don't go below fourth in the league, and so that we can play Champions League next season. You understand? So long
Emmy,
we don't
should
go.
I remind you
But
something?
yeah,
Emmy, Emmy, do you know that this is how you become Arsenal?
no, Chelsea will never become
This is
Arsenal.
how you.
Chelsea will
We
never
are
become.
now. Unfortunately, we are.
No,
Look,
we.
we are playing Conference League. Don't forget, we are playing Conference League, and then we are struggling to get. Now, City is in fourth. If City finds a way to get their form, because they've done it, they have the experience in the team. Don't forget that. We don't. There's something they have that we don't. So if for
But
some reason they find their form and then things start moving for them, they know how to sustain it,
yeah, but
which is something that
do
you
you
don't
think they are
have.
going to win the league this
You see the
season?
difference? City, no,
Yeah.
they cannot win the league. I'm talking about top four. Now we are competing with them for top four. And then
Well,
now, as we are
I,
speaking, they are in fourth.
yeah, but it
They
doesn't
are
matter.
now. We had a
It's one
chance to
point.
make sure that they never get there, but they are now.
It's one point. The thing is,
But they are in fourth. So the
I
question is
think,
that, and they are still buying. That's the difference. They are still buying.
yeah, of
They
course.
are not
Yeah,
down. They are still buying. Yes,
I
they are
don't know why
strengthening the team, and then they
they are
have the
breaking.
one. Yes, and they have the one of the best coaches in the world. So don't forget that as well. So
So
if you
with the
allow
top four,
this to happen, where they are picking their form, and then Chelsea, for some reason, we are happy that let's say we are fifth and we qualify for Champions League because maybe the rule that there's I think there's a possibility that if you are fit, you could be in Champions League. Then it becomes a trend for us that Chelsea fans we are happy with top four, and then it becomes a trend. Before we realize, every season we'll be fighting for top four, but we will never take the next step.
no,
That's what I'm trying to
no,
say.
no, no, no. I disagree with you on that because you know why? These boys are young. We're building a team. They've invested in the club. You understand? We have a new management. We have a new owner. We have new crop of players. They are young boys. We're building a team, and I think they're actually doing the right thing. You understand? They're doing the right thing right now. We're finding the balance. You understand? We're playing very good football, but we need additional players. We need striker. We need a leader in defense because Rhys James is always injured, but we need someone like him again in defense, and we need a top keeper. You understand? We have midfield, we have wingers, we have a fantastic team. But what I would say is that
Okay.
it's okay. It's okay to think that way right now because I know that if we make Champions League this season, which I think I know we will, because Nottingham Forest will drop at some point. They will drop. They're already dropping. They will drop. So, and if you look between
Well, you are
Chelsea,
expecting someone to drop.
no, no, but that's
That's
what's
how
going
bad
to
we
happen.
are now.
No, 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 no.
We are hoping. It's just
But
hope.
that
That's hope.
no, it's not hope.
That's
That's
hope.
what's going. No, no, but that's what is going to happen when Manchester City
How are you sure
lost.
it's going to happen? That's the
But
thing.
because it's a
How are you sure it's going
pattern.
to happen?
No, because it's a pattern. If you look at it, it's a pattern. Liverpool is there. Arsenal will be there. Manchester will be there. Now, if you look, Tottenham is not there. If you remember, when Chelsea was playing really bad,
But Newcastle
Tottenham,
is there as well.
Tot,
If you
that
don't play
is
well, Newcastle is
that
there. Don't forget that
that
as
is my
well.
point. Yeah, but that is my point. If you look at it, Manchester United is
Aston
not
Villa,
there.
if you don't play, Aston Villa is there. You've
Look, it's
forgotten
going to
Aston Villa.
be
They qualified for
it's
Champions League last season. They are
it's
also there.
going to
You see, it's not as
can
easy
I,
as you are thinking.
Chris, can I say something? It's going to be Manchester, Liverpool. It's going to be Liverpool. It's going to be Arsenal. It's going to be Manchester City. It's going to be Chelsea. Then we're going to have. It's going to drag between Newcastle and Aston Villa. That's going to take that fifth position. You understand? Even Nottingham Forest will be eighth position. Watch this season, and we'll replay this.
Ah,
We'll replay this game. No, I've just told you. Except something happens, except by chance of miracle, Manchester City loses like 2 or 3 games again in this season. Then you see Chelsea taking third position, or possibly second. If you look, it's 4 points different. It's 4 points. You know that, right? It's 4 point different. You understand? So I believe Chelsea will get there. Now, if you look today, by the end of tonight, Maresca will go and think about it and say, "Oh, what am I doing wrong?" I'm sure they will analyze your thing. They will evaluate and take a reflection and say, "What are we going to do better?" You understand? That's the way. It's happened. It's happened.
don't forget,
It,
Amy. Don't forget. This is not the first big match that we failed to win.
it
This is not.
is. It is against the
And
top.
then you just mentioned that we don't have players who have experience, right? You just mentioned that. But this is the same team that has a policy that we don't buy anyone above 23. You know that
Well,
we don't. So how do you get the experience in?
so the
How do
thing
you get it
is,
in? You don't.
no,
If you have that policy, you don't.
we no. I think the
You
policy is
see?
very harsh because I think we need an older,
Yeah,
experienced player in,
yeah.
especially at the back at
And
the
so far,
defense.
with this new, yes, with this new policy, we've not bought anyone above that age. You can see clearly, and we keep buying the kids. Every kid that we see, we buy. Oh, God. It's
But
like
you
this
know,
team, and
it's
and
not. You
and
know,
then my issue is that
they are
do
investing.
we have so Emmy, do we have a team that has our system that we have now, where we buy only kids that has won the league in the Premier League before? Have anyone ever done this and won the league before? That's the
Um,
question.
no,
Never.
no,
Never. You will not even get one. Do you know
not that
the
I can
average
remember.
age?
It's 28 usually.
Yes, there's nobody that does that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yes,
So
the average age
hopefully
for Premier League winning teams are like around 28. So the question is, if
20.
our average age is 23, are we going to wait for 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 5 years before we win the league? You
We'll
see?
see what happens.
You see the thing? These are facts. These are facts. You
We'll see
see?
what
These
happens.
are
We'll see
facts.
what happens.
And
We'll see
when
what
you are waiting
happens.
for those 5 years, other teams will be buying the 8 years, 28 years players, and then they'll be winning the league. And then before you realize, you become Arsenal. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I don't want to happen to Chelsea. But it looks like from what is going on, that's what they are doing. Arsenal was just focusing on getting top four, making sure that they are balancing their books, they're having enough money because they wanted to build their stadium. But now Arsenal has dropped it. And for some reason now they are title contenders and again.
Well,
It's not something that is not there. We know once
it's not the
Arsenal
Chelsea
stopped
way.
buying kits and everything, they are now title contenders again, even though they've not won it. But now we all know that if they go for someone like Ancelotti or all those top coaches, they could win the league with the same team. The only reason they are not winning is Ateta, but the fans don't want to talk about it. But we will talk about it later. But that's how it
Okay.
works. You can't buy experience. You can't.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
buy experience. You
That's true.
can't. It's so sad for my team, but today is the only
That's
day that
football.
I've actually let out all my emotions. I've made them know.
Well, you need to see me when you need to see me when we got considered the second goal. I was mad. I was furious. Like Sanchez, this is what
Ah,
I was. But we know
and
what? It's another day. It's happened. We move forward, and hopefully we get better. And hopefully we have the experience we need, like you say. And top four. I reckon
mm,
top four being top four.
okay.
Being top four.
Okay, so now that I've relaxed a bit, let's end the pod before we say something we don't want to say. So if you were a Chelsea fan and you don't agree with the board like me, for me I'm not going to blame the players. I'm going to blame the board because every single person in that room or in the Chelsea dressing room came from them. Because now Chelsea is not a team where the coach decides on the players. It's always the board now. And do you know? Let me even tell you something that'll make you mad. Do you know that the sporting directors that we have now? The sporting directors that we have now, they are all sporting directors from teams that only makes top four and then make enough profit from buying young players. Do you know that's what we have now?
Wow, football is a
They
big
they are
business.
not from teams that have
Football
won
is
leagues before.
Yeah, but
Yes.
football is a big
So that's
business.
so now if the sporting director is very experienced in buying young players, selling
Yeah.
them, making sure you get top four, qualify for champions, but they've not won the league before, how are we going to win it if they are the ones leading us? It's a food for thought for everyone.
Well,
You
yeah.
see? You see? So the problem is deeper than the 11 on the page that we always talk about. Oh, Chelsea 11 and tactics. And it goes deeper than that. Because when we had a chance to go for a striker, we were linked with John Duran. We didn't get over the line. We were linked with another striker, but we went for Felix instead. And now he's on the bench. It was a board decision.
No,
Yes, they should have gone for
no.
the
It's
striker.
not.
They spent the money.
He had he had a family issue. There's an issue. Bereavement.
No. I'm not saying. No, what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is that the
Oh,
whole
you mean in
season,
the
for the
bench?
whole season,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
whole season,
Even in
yes,
Kuku as well,
yes,
he's
the whole
supposed to be
season,
playing.
yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. So it is a
But you
squad
cannot.
planning issue.
Yeah,
How
but you
can you have
cannot.
three?
You cannot use all players. You know that.
Yes. So how can you have 3 top-notch number 10s in one team. How do you expect the coach to fit all of them in the 11? It's not work. It's not. That's not how it works.
That
That's not
is
how it
why
works.
that is why we need to
Meanwhile,
win.
you have only one striker.
That
You
is
see,
why we need to
I'm
we need to
opening your
be in
eyes today.
no, that is why we need to be in the Champions League. We need to be in Premier League. We need to be in the League Cup. And we need to be not in the Conference League because this Conference League, I know we're going to win it, but that's not our standard. That's not what we
It's
play.
just a waste of
We,
time. That competition is just a
but
waste of
it
time. I
engages the
wish
players as
we had
well. The
someone like
players that
Ferguson
don't
who
play
just leave it,
regularly.
but we don't even want it. We don't even want it. We don't even want it anyway. Do
Okay.
you want that
Well done.
title?
Nah,
Imagine
nah,
that if we win it, you are an African. If we win that title, you see how Africans, African brothers in Manchester United, the way they're going to laugh at us. And if we by
well, but
mistake lose
but
that title too, they are going to laugh. It's like there's no win.
yeah, but it's a
There's
trophy.
no
It's
win.
a trophy. It's a trophy in the end.
Well, what are we going to do? Okay, so it was fun discussing Chelsea's miseries and woes and all that, but we are going to come again next week with another episode. And once Emmy is here, we are going to talk about Chelsea. Every Chelsea match, we're going to review it, and I'll show him some love in the comments as well. And also make sure that you also tell the board that we don't like their policies. It's not really helping us. Thanks to everyone. Peace out.
Thank
We
you.
shall meet
Thank you.
again. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.